So we live in an age where the grind is glorified, a time where everybody wants to be the new breakout streamer, the next breakout rapper. They come into this game with the passion and blueprint crafted by those who inspired them. But what they don't see, and what nobody really talks about, is the toll that this relentless pursuit takes on the mind, body, and spirit. As far as rap music, the grind culture has been celebrated by people like Future and Thug, who have shown their whole career they have this tireless work ethic, even stating that the studio is their second home. This became the normal. Then you have these streamers like Kai Cenat and the FaZe Clan who push limits like never before, hosting month-long subathons that demand every ounce of their time and energy. Of course, success will fuel your motivation, but what happens to the artists and streamers who fail to meet these expectations? As fans, we only see the highlights, the plaques, the viral clips, the glory. What we don't witness is the hidden burnout epidemic that's quietly consuming the world of streaming and rap. Behind the constant hustle is a culture that demands creators to give everything, leaving them drained, disconnected, and often spiritually lost. Burnout is way more than just exhausted. It's a deep spiritual disconnection from one's purpose. When the grind consumes everything, there's no room left for balance, reflection, joy. In this video, we'll explore how this epidemic is reshaping the lives of these creators. Why is this cycle so pervasive? How does it rob people of their creativity and authenticity? And most importantly, can artists and streamers break free from it while still pursuing their dreams? So without further ado, it's your boy Tan Toes, and let's get right into it. At the core of this burnout epidemic lies a money-hungry industry built on speed and volume. For rappers, they tend to burn out because the pressure to drop album after album, constantly perform, and really have the quality while still dropping a high quantity. It's a very difficult task, and it's basically the same way for streamers as well. And on top of that, for streamers, it's the expectation to be live for hours every day, constantly interacting with the audience that doesn't sleep. These industries thrive off having an endless output of content, creating an environment where creators are encouraged to work until they have nothing left to give. But why is this cycle so pervasive? The answer lies in how success is defined. In both rap and streaming, success is tied to numbers, streams, subscribers, views. Like I've been saying for so long, when the metrics dictate your worth, these creators become trapped in a loop of trying to outperform their last hit or their last stream. The system is rigged to make them feel like stepping back is the equivalent to falling off, especially if you're still building up, leaving no room for, like I said, the most important thing, reflection. Without reflection, you can be driven to a place where you don't recognize yourself. You can become so absorbed in the material world and gaining power, you forget that the only real long-term fulfillment you can get is internally. People spend decades consumed in this world chasing its riches, not aware of the vibration that you're attracting and what it's doing to your conscious. Just because something's rewarding you in this world, it doesn't mean it's good for your soul. This is a common mistake people learn once the damage is done. For example, you could look at a lot of rappers who are just at a point in their career where it seems like they've gave their all. NBA Youngboy, even Lil Uzi, they've achieved unparalleled success, having great consistency with their work, but at what cost? The spiritual price of overworking often manifests as a disconnection from their creative spark. That's the very thing that got them into this craft. Similarly, streamers like Aiden Ross have admitted to burning out. They climbed the ladder too quick and had everything come at them too fast. How can you top what you've already done when you climb to the top in a year?
I would never say streaming is a hard job, but it definitely could sometimes be a lonely job. And when I'm seeing these young kids who these days everybody wants to stream for 24 hours consistently and put on a show, eventually you're gonna get burnt out. You know what I mean? Like, look, my boy Aiden, not saying that he does the exact same thing, but Aiden got off the lean and got off some other shit. You know what I mean? That's my boy and shit, but like, after a while, mentally, you have to get a reset, or you have to do something that keeps you kind of upbeat.
Now, how does this cycle rob people of their creativity and authenticity? When the grind takes over, creators lose touch with the essence of their work. What starts as a labor of love becomes a mechanical process. The joy of creating is replaced by obligation, and instead of connecting with their craft, they're simply surviving in their craft. This burnout often bleeds into their art or their streams, making them feel empty, repetitive, and forced. And that's why when we see these artists flop, or we see a content creator fall off, it usually goes 100 to 0 for them insanely fast. They spiral, almost like they realize that all of this fame was an illusion casted by the industry, and the whole time they were farthering themselves from who they truly are. In a world where creators are constantly performing, there's no time for introspection, no time to ask why am I doing this? Does this align with who I am? These are things you need to be asking yourself when you make decisions, but people get caught up in it. And the grind culture single-handedly strips that away from you, leaving them spiritually unfulfilled no matter how successful they appear. Now, can creators break free from this cycle while still pursuing their dreams? Now, breaking free requires a radical shift in perspective. First, creators must redefine what success means to them, moving away from external validations like numbers and subscribers and returning to the internal joy of creating. You don't have to take a break, but you have to focus on quality, and it has to come from a place of love. It has to come from a place of joy. You have to be proud of your work. When you do put your all into content, the audience you've gained will understand when you take a break, because you've never been one to put out something sloppy when you weren't at your best. So you can definitely get out of a burnout if you're feeling like you're in the middle of one. But like I said, a radical shift in your day-to-day life and perspective will have to change with it, whether through mindfulness, meditation, or simply taking a little less time in the online world. Even if it's just to remember where you came from and why you started in the first place. It's like how some dudes be sick of their girl till their girl leaves, all of a sudden they miss them so much. It's because you never really reflected. It's like this with a lot of things. When you remember why you did something in the first place, everything becomes more meaningful. In the aspect of content creation and music creation, your work will become more authentic. It's not just about avoiding a burnout, it's about thriving in a way that feels true to yourself. Now, in the end, the hidden burnout epidemic in streaming and rap reflects a larger cultural issue, a world obsessed with relevance at the expense of well-being. People are more addicted to online validation than they've ever been, and it speaks loud about the real-life voids people are struggling to fill in today's society. The lack of community, the absence of feeling needed or useful, these are wounds that many people carry growing up in a disconnected world. We are in this late stage of capitalism. Our society has become corrupt, prioritizing productivity and profit over raising a family, connecting with God, like I said, your well-being. Most of these old heads, they got no idea what's going on, respectfully. They don't understand how their actions are not only going to affect them spiritually, but their younger generation as well. Of course, there's always been people who seen through the script and understood the energy within us, and the true purpose of human existence is to experience and evolve and connect with the beauty of real life. Chase a purpose that you truly want, not with the intention being money behind it. A lot of these creators who are burnt out, they are money hungry, and they have settled for chasing the algorithm. They no longer feel pride in the work they put out. You are not here to lose yourself chasing things of this world. That is the last thing you want to happen to your character. And yet we see these burnt out kids trying to be somebody they are not, chasing fleeting goals that leave them emptier than before. Real happiness is something you can't find in fame, numbers, wealth. It's already within you. Your higher self isn't waiting for you to make it, he is with you right now. It's a simple perspective shift. But y'all, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I got a second channel that's strictly spiritual talk, as well as a Patreon, which is free right now. I'm gonna put a price on that till I got like 10 uploads, as well as Instagram and Discord in the description. Feel free to reach out and talk to me. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Real shit is deep. I really hope you took something from it, because with the joy of becoming a creator or artist comes the risk of losing yourself and now allowing things into your life that you would have never let in. This manifests a whole new reality for you. This is how people get thrown off track. This is how the devil gets you. Nothing is more important than real life health. Mental health, physical health is true wealth. We know this. So start moving right, y'all. Change his presence. It's been your boy 10 Toes. Y'all be cool, y'all be smooth. Most importantly, be patient, y'all. I'ma catch you.